Yeah, I think they need to know. People just need to know what's popping right now.
Episode 10. Tabulate. We beat the heart.
See the curtains hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. Little light is shining through the window, lets me know everything's alright. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind.
Summer breeze.
Oh, baby. Makes me feel fine.
Yo.
The Hawks are trash.
Hit him one more time. One more time with it. Hit him one more time with it.
Thinking about how the Hawks are trash. This
Yo,
vibrato
there.
on.
I must say, I ain't gonna
First
lie,
things
we was
first.
nervous. We was nervous.
First things first. CJ and Resto, episode 10. I'm
Episode
Hernandez
10.
Resto.
What up? I'm your boy CJ. I am live from hotel, and I'm actually in enemy territory right now. I'm in New York. I'm
Oh,
in New
you
York. I'm in
you
like
in
I'm in
ooh,
I'm in
you
I'm in I'm
Apple,
in enemy territory right now. But that's
Apple.
okay. Fuck them right now. Let's talk about the Celtics. Let's talk.
Ah,
Let's go.
Tracy
Let's
Morgan,
go,
what up?
bro. What?
Tracy
Y'all
Morgan,
see?
what up?
What up, Damien? What's up? Boom. You right. You
Oh,
boom.
my
Boom.
boy, Damien.
Wrong.
What up,
Holly's
Holly? What's
checking
good?
in. What's up,
Yeah,
Holly?
yeah.
She check.
Hey, yo,
Yeah.
forget the Hawks. We got past them, and let's be honest as hell, CJ. Like, I'm gonna echo your statement. I was shook.
Yo, we was shook. Don't lie. We was a little shook because they was
I was
playing.
shook.
Let's be real. We was. You should have like if my neighbors could hear that I was screaming in my hotel room, they was probably like, "What is going on in there?" Well,
Shook.
I was a little shook. You know what? I was happy though. I'm happy as hell that they brought Grant Williams in. Tell me he wasn't the
Oh, thank God.
difference.
It was an
Tell
absolute
me
huge difference, a massive
you was
difference.
different
Make
in the
a
game.
stabilizer, another defensive body. Thank God for Grant Williams.
Man. You know what else I like too? Marcus Smart coming back playing real.
I mean, he played like he was the best player on the floor. I mean, not like all the way around. The dude was just fantastic. We're so lucky to have Marcus. Yeah, yo,
Yo,
me and King season about him earlier and how much we really appreciate everything Marcus does. But like, he's one of the best defensive players at that position all time. So, but to have him pull up and do amazing offensive things and stabilize the offense, hit clutch free throws, hit big threes, because sometimes he be turning into Steph, bro. Sometimes he just be going full on Steph,
sometimes,
and you can't leave that.
sometimes.
Sometimes he be
Yo, he
going
got
full
hit.
Steph. Sometimes he be going full Chauncey Billups.
And you know what, too? Trey, I'm gonna say it right now.
Mm.
Trey's a bitch move for trying to hit him in the balls like 3 times with the ball. I'm gonna say it. I don't care.
I
You can't be
mean,
hitting
it
people in
just
the
happened.
balls. Did it?
Ball, yeah, like I said earlier, it's been a really testy NBA playoffs so far. You've seen people get
Yeah.
suspended for smacking testes around, bro. So it's kind of a weird thing, but I mean, it's absolutely expected. It's absolutely expected in the playoffs. I don't know why, but in basketball in general, the balls are magnets. Haha. Pause.
Yo, we're gonna play the Sixers. We're gonna play the Sixers. Exactly. That's everyone in Boston right now. Every person in Boston is SpongeBob right now, in a good way. That was me earlier. Let's say Ice Tray,
Yo, for real,
Ashtray,
we was
Toupe.
wild. We
Yo,
game
JB
live
had a
together
good game
as a
too.
unit. Yo, they JB and JT pulled up pretty damn clutch. Thank God for them, man. Thank God for them.
Because we was shaky, but in the beginning, and all of a sudden they took off. Like JB started playing ridiculous in the morning,
What did he
in
have?
the beginning game.
32, 32 of
32.
13 of 25, and he was 6 of 6 from. I mean, he had no free throws, so He didn't get any foul calls. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Fernando, good
Trey had
good stat. That was his stat line, Marcus Smart, in the last 3 minutes. 7 points,
no.
3 assists, and one nut shot. Ha!
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Marcus Smart doing it all for the Boston Celtics, including being a magnet. He said, you know what?
Yeah.
You're not inbounding that ball. Take these balls, bro.
Pause.
Pause. Pause. I don't even feel like saying pause. Y'all gonna take my innuendo for what it is.
I know.
That's
So
what
we can't
that's
keep
all
doing
it
that.
is.
We can't do
I'm
that.
trying to
We
pull
can't
up
do
some
that.
stats here so I can get y'all some numbers, man.
Look
I
at
got some numbers here.
See,
But
exactly. Brenda was right. Smart was playing smart. Everyone bashed the shit out of Smart last game. Like, let's go. He did mess up the game last game. However, you can see the way he responded, which was beautiful. Like, I think how he responded, like the first the first like 10 minutes of the game, he was like unstoppable. He was playing like out of his mind.
the lines were close in this one. Like the field goal percentage for the Boston Celtics was exactly 50%. The 3-point percentage was 42.9. For Atlanta, check this out. Their field goal
What they
percentage was
got?
46.8. Their 3-point percentage was exactly the same as the Boston Celtics, 42.9.
Wow.
The rebounds too. We only out rebounded them by +2. Turnover battle, we won. We were -3 on the turnovers. They had 10. We had 3. The game seemed pretty. The score,
Even.
yeah, it was pretty even all
See,
the way
even
around.
all the way through.
All the way around. Even when you look at the superstars, outside of Trey having 8 free throws and making all 8 of them, he had 30, and our best player was Jaylen Brown, who had 32. Trey did it
But
on
you
9
knew,
28. Jesus, he had a horrible night.
but you knew that Trey was gonna. You know, Trey was gonna come out though. But again, we've been saying it the whole series. He does the
Yeah,
same
he's
thing
not
every
bad.
time.
He's never been a bad
You know what I
player.
mean?
Really, he's assignment to have as far
He
if
runs.
he's
He runs around
the
now.
guy that's guarding you, you're gonna have a good offensive night. Huh?
Nah. You're not gonna have a good night. You're not gonna have a good. You're not gonna have a good night at
No,
all. Actually,
if you're guarding him, then not gonna have a fantastic night scoring. But if he's guarding you, you're gonna go off of 40. There's
because he's
nothing he can do, man. He's just little.
because he's
He's
sure.
just
What's
little.
up, Stephanie?
Stephanie,
What's
yeah,
up,
we won. We
Stephanie?
showed up finally.
You damn right. You
All
know
right.
what? It's true. It's true. Look at Grant Williams.
Congrats to
That's who we
Grant
were
Williams for
talking about
stepping up.
earlier.
Hey, yeah.
I didn't at first.
Listen,
I didn't think he was
let's
gonna
call
come
it what
off,
it
but
is.
anyway, what's up?
That didn't look like what a championship team looks like in a series against an 8th seed that struggled to get into the playoffs. All right, Atlanta's a 500 team, and
Yeah.
we currently right now have home court advantage through the finals. So if we make it, we have home court advantage throughout the finals. We have the best record in the league. As far as for who's left in the playoffs now, that what we just saw in this series did not look like a championship level team handling their business. This should have been over in 5.
It didn't.
It should have been over in 5.
It didn't.
And
I will.
they played
I'll
with their
absolutely agree
food.
with that.
And so there's one or two things happening here. Either we should be very nervous about the Philadelphia series, because if Atlanta gave us trouble, Philadelphia will give us trouble. But there's a caveat to this. They don't have a Trae Young to wreak havoc. You know what I'm saying? They have a Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
They have personnel that we absolutely can cover. Sometimes it's really difficult to cover somebody like a Trae. He's a hard cover because he's just so good and quick and fast and little.
Yeah.
And it makes it difficult to cover. We had the same advantage with Isaiah Thomas, right? When we had IT4. So I can see us not having a problem with Philadelphia as much as we're having with we had with Atlanta. But I do see that series going to 6.
I do.
I see that series going 6
I
or
can
7.
even. I can even say 7.
I can see it going 6 or 7.
I can even say 7.
We have
Like,
home court advantage, but that doesn't mean anything to me.
Nah, it don't.
It doesn't mean
don't.
anything.
It
We lost games at home last year in the playoffs several times, and we lost finals games. We lost the final. We gave them a championship on our floor, so I know that home court advantage don't mean a damn thing. The thing I do think is that we have the mental edge over them.
Yeah,
You know what I
Sixers?
mean? Like over the Sixers, they're our
Oh, yeah,
stepchildren.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
I'm not too worried about them as much as I was Atlanta out of nowhere though, because I felt like we were slacking. You know what I mean? Like we really were not at all giving them. We were making them. We were playing down to their trash level. I hate to say it, but like a couple games.
I think the Celtics are forgetting that once you get into the playoffs, everybody's really good.
Everyone's a 0-0.
Like everybody's gonna play their best. Everybody's really good. It's the best of the best in the playoffs, and the NBA is always trying to like make us feel like the regular season matters, and the proof is
It
always in the
don't.
pudding. The proof is in the pudding in this playoffs more than almost any other playoffs I've ever seen. When you have playing teams coming in and beating teams and seeds above them, no problem. Just won't gotcha. We're gonna see you. Like when you have the Lakers coming in as a playing seed and looking like they can make it to the finals, right? When you have the Warriors not winning, barely going 11-30 on the road, right?
And
And
then looking like they're about to do
looking
the
like they're
corner
about
event.
to run to the finals, right? When the Phoenix Suns have spent such little time in the regular season together and they're clicking on all cylinders, and then the Celtics, who dominated the regular season, look like they gotta get it together in a 6-game series against the Atlanta Hawks that came down to the wire in the last game.
We're not gonna sit here and talk about. We're not gonna sit here and talk about the Heat.
I don't want to like if we're gonna talk about the Heat, we gotta talk about Jimmy.
Yeah, we had to talk about you. I'm gonna give the motherfucker. I'm gonna give him flowers right now because
I cannot believe that man is gotta be. There's a conspiracy theory going around about him being Michael Jordan's long lost.
yo, right,
Every time he gets buckets,
right, yo, and it's just like when he has Michael's like killer personality. It's crazy.
it's
Have you
uncanny.
seen it? Have you seen the side by side comparison?
I've seen the pictures and it's just
Yeah,
I've
it really
seen
look I'm like
several videos that break down how absolutely possible this is. Okay,
it's,
not just like oh he looks like him and they play like you know what I'm saying, and he played in Chicago too. You know what I'm saying? That's not. That's not.
uh,
Yeah, the homies was tracking Michael Jordan's every movement at that point, so they knew where he was and where the team was at that point, and they were playing. They were playing Houston at the time that would be
yeah,
conceivable for Jimmy Butler. That's neither here nor there. That dude, whether he is or isn't Michael Jordan's son,
he's
all I
bugging.
all I do know, all I do know is that he's a scary son of a bitch.
He's scary, man. He's scary. I don't want to see him in the playoffs. I'm not gonna say no. I didn't want to see him last year either.
I
Yo,
fear Jimmy Butler at a level like I feared LeBron when he would just come in and smush us around and just destroy us, man. It was bad business, man. It was bad business. And he absolutely has our number, you know.
yeah, he do.
He's a mental giant.
Yo, who you going with? I think we're gonna go with the same person for the player of the game. Maybe.
All right,
Going
you
with,
go first.
I'm going with Jalen Brown.
Hey, we're going with the same person then.
That's yeah.
Yeah, then we're going with the same
Wait,
person.
go this side. Go this side. No,
He
this
was-
side. This side. Let me see.
I don't even know which side it was.
I was trying to give you a dab, but there's like
Ready.
no
One,
other
two,
hand. You gotta use the other hand. Yeah. Pada!
but that.
Oh, see, yo, for
Yo,
real.
the way I
Jalen
see
Brown,
it is, yeah, he played way aggressive. He wasn't trying to go to a game 7. You know that anything can happen in a game 7. He balled out. It was a pretty efficient shooting night. 32
32 and 6
looks
for 8.
and he didn't have to hit any free throws to do any of that. He hit some very clutch 3-pointers at the end of the game. JB, he's been my player of the game pretty much every single game this series. So he's gonna have an outstanding playoffs, man. He's going to continue to have an outstanding playoffs. We have a very deep team. It's easy for players to get lost in the rotation because we're talking about JV so much. We forget we have JT.
Yeah, they're the best duo in the NBA. Because don't get JT dropped 32.
I still think that Steph and Clay give them a run for their money as the best duo in the NBA because Steph and Clay are still. That's another. It's just wow right now in the NBA playoffs when you're really thinking about who you don't want to run into. I don't want to see the Suns. I don't want to see Stephen Clay. I don't want to see Braun. I don't want to see Jimmy. It's like we're avoiding. I don't want to avoid anybody either. But there's a lot of teams where we're gonna end up and you kind of just have like this gut feeling that Jimmy Butler is gonna get the Miami Heat past the New York Knicks.
Yeah.
You just kind of
believe. I kind of got a feeling, and that's what's gonna happen, and it's gonna be a read.
It's like unless they're down 3-0 or 3-1, even at 3-1, you don't bet against Jimmy Butler. You don't do that.
Nah, not at all.
I don't know.
Mass Juice. I like Mass Juice. It says Mass Juice or 7 Juice was the question.
I like 7 Juice.
You like a plain? Mm-hmm. I like it with the mask, yo.
I like him without the mask. I like, you know what? I like him going back and forth. I wish he would just keep switching it. Like just one day wear it, one day not wear it. Like, oh, it matches with this jersey better, so you know I'm rocking it. It matches with the jersey better, so you know I'm rock it because I thought it looked really cool. Oh,
I'll go
oh,
take it.
I love Boston. I got it nailed, baby. I've been
He
practicing
put-
my Jason Brown impression in months. But that's how
No,
many. That's how you know. That's how many times I picked up for the player of the game, bro. That is it's just. I got it down back.
I got it.
We
You
got to
did
play
it
better.
perfect.
We got to play better defense, Boston. And we just got to trust each other and love each other.
Yo, next round versus Sixers. I don't even really. I don't have too many thoughts here. I feel like we got their number. I do. I
Yeah,
feel like we got
I
their
do.
number.
I have several thoughts. Uh, Maxi, you cannot let Maxi get hot. I know Embiid's the problem, and you got to double team him, but the kickouts to Maxi got to be very much good. All right, so there's a lot of thoughts here because the Sixers are
Tucker
actually.
too.
Tobias Harris is been playing well this playoffs, and in my opinion, if he scores 20, they win, right? Like if he can get 20 off in the flow of the game, they're gonna win. Tyrese Maxey is an absolute problem. James Harden still got something, but not really. He's not a huge threat. Like he might give you one game where he goes off and he's the problem. Embiid, you got to double team those kickouts to Maxey and those kickouts to Tobias
Yeah.
Harris got to be sealed up
Yeah.
because
You're right. You're right. You're right.
now but what have we seen in the past with Embiid? He's likely to get hurt again, right? Like, so
Yeah.
you don't count on that, but history has shown you the same thing over and over. So you assume that it's likely to happen again. Embiid is probably not going to be extremely healthy. And we just saw what happened when you don't have an extremely healthy superstar and you have dogs coming into your building. You get rolled,
Yep.
you get
And
bounced.
we need to keep up the intensity. That's all. We need to keep the
They
intensity.
think that they're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like we can play at 80% and still win games, and it's like not in the
Nah,
playoffs.
not out here.
I don't know. What did you
Not out
guys do
here.
last year? I think that they think like, oh, we did 100% last year, and look, it didn't work out. And it's like, no, you did 100%. And 10% of it was the wrong stuff. So what you need to do is put 100% with a lot more attention to detail on the stuff that you did right, and continue to do that. And it looks like they're doing that this playoffs. They're not really turning the ball over a whole lot, and it's weird because when they don't turn the ball over a lot and they still lose games, you're like, what the hell are you doing? Like,
Yo, this
what's
dude's trip. Listen, Ramon said Young and Murray are better than Durant and Irving.
nah,
Nah, bro. Sorry, bro.
I don't think so.
Sorry, that was
Kyrie
no.
Irving is, and I'll say this forever. I love watching Kyrie Irving play basketball, and there's times where I still wish he was wearing our uniform. I know he's self-destructive and blah 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 blah. That stuff aside, if that wasn't
Yo,
happening, I
doesn't
still
matter.
want Kyrie Irving.
Yo,
Still
he's
want
nasty.
dude's ridiculous, bro. And Durant is just you can't do anything about somebody that tall. I mean, he shoots at 10 feet of height, right? Like his shot is being released at almost 10 feet of height. What are you gonna do about that?
And
What
not
are
for
you
nothing, like Durant and Irving, their sample size is small, regardless if they played together that long. It was majority of the time they was hurt, and
Mhm.
then majority of the time Kyrie sat out because he didn't want to get the vaccine. Let's just be real here. They don't
Yeah,
have a big sample size of them together.
several other things that he was frustrated about, and by all means, do that. But you got to go to work, Poppy. You got to go to work. You got to show up to work. So
So to get back to your question, nah, bro. I don't know what you was talking about. Sorry,
yeah, I don't think those. I don't think
I don't think they were there,
those
man.
two guys are
Sorry.
better than no. But I do think that Harden and Embiid are going to be not Harden and Embiid so much as Tyrese Maxey and Embiid are going to be a freaking problem because Tyrese
I think
Maxey
you're
is
right.
like Emmanuel Quigley on steroids. He's a little bigger, he's a little stronger, he's a little faster, he's a little better. Like it's just an Emmanuel Quigley. He's like really good. I like him. Like he's a really good basketball player. We've seen him give us work.
Yeah,
So
man.
Tyrese Maxey is just a far more refined version of that, and he has the ball in his hands quite a bit. I'd be clowning Philadelphia because I'd be like, y'all draft real funny, man. Y'all mishandle every player you have ever drafted outside of Allen Iverson, and even that you can consider a mishandling of sorts. And you've never really seen them develop players to where they should be. Everybody on their team goes to flourish somewhere else really well, except for Allen Iverson and maybe Dr. J, and that wasn't even he was already a pro, right?
Right,
Like
yeah, he was already.
yeah, they didn't develop Dr. J. He was already Dr. J when he got there. With that said, to Tyrese, I got to give them credit for Tyrese Maxey because they got that right? And Shake Milton, they got that right. They got those right. They, I don't. The culture there must have been something because had they kept Jimmy Butler,
There would be a problem.
Had they kept, I'm so happy he went down to Miami, bro. Because had they kept Jimmy Butler,
That year, oh my
I would.
God,
Oh my God, bro.
I
Well, playing the way he's playing right now. Ugh.
I took my glasses off for that shit. My
When's
God,
Joel a free agent?
Joel,
Mm-hmm.
2 years, I think. I think. I don't quote me on that.
I don't want him at two
Don't.
2 years. I don't
He's
want him at
too.
2 years.
Nah, he's. I don't
If I'm
want.
a,
I don't want Joel
or if
Embiid.
I'm a general manager on the Boston, if I'm the general manager of the Boston Celtics, or I'm involved in that, or with any other team, and I'm looking at Embiid right now, and his contract's up in 2 years, I don't want any part of that.
No, for what? For what reason?
Like the amount of players who are injured right now in the playoffs is really scary. It's weird. Like the superstars are gone. Like, and it's like if you're not healthy, you can't be a superstar anymore.
Well, let's not knock on wood right now. We don't need any of our stars
No, we don't. But like
right
Kawhi
now.
Leonard being hurt like that,
Paul George,
Paul George, and then he's not a superstar per
for
se,
Victor.
but Victor Oladipo, another player that I'm like, Bobby, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know if this
You
is
know
like,
what?
I don't want to discourage people.
They're saying he might need to retire.
I said the same thing as soon as he got injured. I
They
was
said
like,
he
if I'm
might need to
honest, I was
retire.
like, you need to retire. I think the same thing for Kawhi. I'm like, done.
Yeah, you might wanna.
Stephen
You
A.
might wanna.
Smith laid down some great points. He laid down some great points. He said Kawhi Leonard is not available. He doesn't promote your team, and he doesn't promote the league. He's the worst superstar in history.
History. Yeah, it's true.
History. And I'm like,
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah,
That's
that's
true.
actually really good. Good
That's
point.
true.
So
Definitely, you're right. We know. We get that. We definitely need to stay healthy and strong. That's the only thing we need to do right now.
healthy is sometimes a choice, but it's also luck. It's a lot of luck tied into staying healthy, bro. I mean, there's
Yeah.
also techniques tied into that, right? Like one of the techniques is to never have Tom Thibodeau be your coach.
Ever. Ever.
Ever.
Ever. Yo,
If you want to
and
stay
I
healthy,
and I hate to keep going back to fucking Jimmy, but I like that Jimmy's about to play Tom Thibodeau. I don't.
he's
I hate to say
the
this.
Knicks beating. I don't see the Knicks beating them because Jimmy already got like he's gonna go up. He's gonna say some shit to Thibs, right? But then again, here's what ends up happening. The Thibs have what it is. Thibs the guy that's gonna look at Jimmy and be like, "Not today.
Oh, I know your secret.
I know your
I
secrets.
know your secret.
I've coached you 2 different teams. I coached you in Chicago and I coached you in Minnesota.
You know him, but I
I
don't care. I don't care. We need to get by. We need to get by Sixers to get to them.
Yeah, we
We need
can't
to
get
get.
ahead of ourselves. The
I
Sixers
want to
is
get
going to
ahead.
be. I'm calling Celtics in 6. I'm calling Celtics in 7. If not that, I do see the Celtics winning this series because the Celtics are the healthier team and they are the deeper team. We have the home court advantage. It's Joel Embiid is the MVP. Cool for him. He's got to be healthy to come see us, and he's got to be and like James Harden better pull up and do something. He better pull up and do something. But then again, they got 3 really good players who can put the ball through the hoop at a really ridiculous clip between Tyrese Maxey. Tobias Harris can give you 30 on any given night, and Joel Embiid can give you 40, 20, and 5, right? Like on any night. On a sleepy night, he can give you that. We've had such a great track record against them that I'm kind of looking at them like, what up, bro?
6. 6.
Celtics in 6?
Celtics in 6. Celtics in 6.
Joel, what's the mean? Joel Embiid, apply on Indeed, whatever. I got what you need. It don't matter. Celtics is 6, bro.
Celtics is 6. Celtics is 6. Do you think we have a rematch for the Heat versus the Celtics? Yeah, if we get by the Sixers, which I think we will be. If we get by the Sixers, we definitely want to. I want to play the Heat. I don't just for purposes, but the Knicks would be an easier game. We match up nice against the Heat, but I still want to play Jimmy. Not that I want to duck smoke.
We don't look really good against anybody in the conference finals at this point right now, anyways, because there's the Knicks beat us 3 times this year, if I'm correct, and the Heat got Jimmy. And the Heat got Jimmy Butler. That's all you got to say. The Heat got Jimmy Butler. Team with Jimmy effing buckets is going to give the Celtics a problem. He has a thing against the Celtics. He has a thing against every team, but he has a thing against the Celtics, bro. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what that is. You know what it is? It's that year that him, Rondo, and D Wade almost swept us. Like almost swept us. I don't know if you remember that. It was really bad.
Really bad.
It was really bad. They were up. They were on the way to a 3-0 lead, and then Rondo got hurt, and then from there, we freaking won every game. But it was It was really
It was
scary.
scary.
It was really scary,
It was
bro.
really scary, yo. It
I
was
thought
really
we was really
scary.
gonna get if Rondo had stood healthy, we would have got swept. And that was
Yeah,
a 1-8 matchup.
we would have got swept.
We was the one.
Yo, see behind you. You watch. Oh, actually, now we'll talk about you. What's your take on what he said?
It was the most beautiful and introspective things. You could tell. So I like talking about things like this because it's basketball, but it's also life, right? You could tell Giannis goes to therapy. You could
You
tell
think
Giannis
so?
sees oh, absolutely. When he looked at him. So number one, I'll break it down. When he looked at him and he said, "Every year you don't get a promotion. Is that a failure?" That's something that you learn being taught that. It feels like he sat in front of a psychologist and that he was like, I struggle with not winning a championship every year. And
Ah,
and the psychologist was like, so if you worked a regular job and you didn't get a promotion every year, would you then are you a failure? That's psychology that you have to, a lot of people have to be taught that. I do believe that that's
yeah,
something
wow.
that people, I do believe that's something some people inherently have, but I've worked in the medical field my entire life and I've been around clinical psychologists quite often. And that's the type of ideology that they help you get to. So I know that that was that. The affirmation, the confirmation that I got furthermore is when he said that if you've never, and then he stopped himself and he goes, let me stop myself because I don't want to make this personal. That's communication skill and technique that he was taught by somebody who's a professional at it.
All right.
So the psychology there, I am so into psychology and human behavior and just being the human condition. So when I saw that, I just thought this man did everything perfectly. He's not allowed, you're allowed to be frustrated. You're allowed to look at somebody and be like, short of being.
Yeah.
That's a dumb question, bro. Right? Like that's what do you mean? Is it a
Yeah, man.
failure? What type of question is that? Stop asking me that. So, and he knew who he was personally because he pays attention to his
Yeah.
reporters,
He
talks to.
he shut
I
himself
thought
up
it was,
though.
I thought it was a beautiful display of masculinity. I think that masculinity is something that people have been taught to dislike and they're afraid of, and because of the toxic masculinity. And I just tend to believe that those two words can't exist together, like true
Oh yeah,
masculinity and
bro.
toxicity, right?
Yeah, man.
True masculinity doesn't leave room for toxicity, and that's what you just saw there with Giannis. None of that was toxic. All of that was organic and masculine in truth, and it's something that women can practice too. It's not just something that's ideal or specific to men, but the way he handled it and the way I identify with it. It just seemed very beautiful and poetic and thought through. It's communication is not the key, ladies and gentlemen. Comprehension is.
And he took it though. That's what I like how he worded himself. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So I
I
think
thought it
yeah,
was fantastic.
I think it was dope, man. I think it was
What
dope.
would
Like
you
people
grade
are
the
all
Celtics
people.
for this first round, bro? C minus.
I gave them a B.
No,
I
no,
gave them a B.
no. How
I
many
gave
games
them a
did you
B.
blow the Hawks out in this series?
2,
Yeah, not
3.
enough.
Actually, every game we could
No,
have
they didn't blow them out in every game. They did not. They had
because they
some
came
close.
back.
They had some games where they were low. They did not dominate the Hawks throughout this series. They didn't look like the dominant team. They looked like the team that just happened to they looked like the team that had the better staff and just and beat them because they were
So
supposed to, but they didn't look like the dominant team. They got a C minus. Yo, this is the equivalent of just doing enough to hand in the grade and be like, all right, we good. And the teacher goes, yeah, you passed, but this is like
that is B.
that's not their best work.
It's not. Neither is a B.
It wasn't even their average work. That was
Ah,
I did. They need to play better. They pull up with
they
that
do.
B, C grade. They're gonna freaking get beat up by them. If not, Jimmy's gonna come in there and take the cookies, bro. I'm not playing. I don't know. I don't know. They need to
Nah,
figure some things out. They need to figure some things out.
just a little. Just a little. I think they'll be fine. Though. I
Yeah,
truly think they'll be fine. I
I hope
feel like
so.
ah,
I hope
only
so,
thing.
bro, because I've watched basketball long enough to know what a championship team looks like, and I'm looking at other teams and going, that looks like a winning team. And I'm not saying that we don't look like it, but we currently during this series, we did not, in my opinion, we did not look like a
Right.
championship team, and we need to be a little bit better about that. But it could just be that it was this round. If you judge the 2008 Celtics off of just that first round against Atlanta, they did not look like the
We
championship
didn't
team.
look like we didn't look. Didn't they go 7?
They went 7 in the first
They
round
went
with
7
Atlanta,
in.
who barely made it into the playoffs that
They
year
went
too.
they went
Exact
7.
same
Are
scenario.
we having a repeat? Could this be happening?
Where we go 7, 7, 6, and then 6 in the finals. I mean, it could totally be, but like this is not. Who did we play that year? Played Atlanta. We played Cleveland with Braun. We
Yep.
played that them ridiculous the bad boy Piston teams times 2. The rebirth of the bad boy Pistons team, right?
I know.
And
And then the
they
Lakers.
were really good. They were still really good. They were 4 years removed from their championship run, but they were still the kings of the Eastern. They were the darlings of the Eastern Conference at that time, and we took them. It was the only series, right? It was the first series that playoff run that we didn't get 7 games out of something. Thank God, because our guys looked exhausted, bro. Ray Allen was the best player in that series,
One
and yes,
game.
I can see that happening. Kind of the same similar situation. A scrappy team that didn't deserve to be here with us, right?
Hawks.
Hawks. And then we're gonna play a team who has the MVP, like LeBron James, right?
On the
Joel.
six.
And then we're gonna face the guys who, one of the darlings of the Eastern Conference, but not really, because you see, when the Pistons met us in the Eastern Conference that year, Eastern Conference Finals that year, they were still one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. This Miami Heat team is not one of the best teams in it. They got in from the play-in.
And the thought, but like you said, John, they got in. It's 0-0. There's still 2
I
games.
just don't even. That's how
You know what I
good
mean?
Jimmy Butler is. He said,
They
"Just
still
get me to
got
the
2
play-in.
games.
Just get me to the play-in.
Just get me in there.
Just get me to the
Just get me
play-in,
in
and
there.
I'll make it happen, buddy." That's scary. That's just scary. I
It's
don't want to see
scary,
that.
man. I don't want to see it.
Jalen Brunson, please go off. Please go off. Like I'm rooting for Jalen
Yo,
Brunson so bad right now.
serious, man. Serious.
Because
Now,
Julius Randle,
like
whack.
hypothetical. I
All
don't
right.
want to say hypothetical. I want to speak things into existence.
Okay.
I want to speak it into existence. We get to the finals,
All right.
right? Who do you think
Ooh,
makes it out of the West?
Phoenix. So it's
You
either
think
Phoenix or
Phoenix?
Golden State, in my opinion, at this point. Yeah, it's either Phoenix or Golden State.
I
I don't
think
think
Golden
you
State.
can't do
I don't
anything
think
about Steph
Phoenix.
Curry. You can't do anything about Steph Curry. He's my God. My God. Steph Curry, top
You
10
mean
all time.
Wardell,
Stephen Curry is
Stephen
gotta
Curry,
be a top 10 player all time.
all time.
I don't know how else to look at that man. That man, I've been trying to hate on Steph Curry for years, and I'm
You
done with
can't.
that.
You
Can't do
can't.
it
You
no more.
can't. You
That
can't. As
man's
much as you
scary.
want to, as much as you want to, you can't hate. You can't hate on Wardell.
Shout
You
out
can't.
to the league this year, it being the OGs who were really smacking everybody around, right? Like they
Every
ain't it ain't no young bucks running around here getting it
yeah.
burned, right? It ain't like, remember when the Warriors were really, 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 really young and they were cooking everybody, and you were just like, whatever, bro. Now it's like the only teams that are
Old.
in the league
The old team. It's
are the
old.
older teams with the veterans who are like, yeah, we know how to do this.
Yeah. I
We
don't
know.
think so. The only reason I don't think the Suns, and I'm going towards the Warriors, is
Okay.
because CP3. I hate to say it. I feel like he's a jinx, bro.
I think as long as you don't play him a lot of minutes, you'll be okay.
But
But
now they got Durant.
got Devin Booker who's shooting 60% from the field.
Yeah, he's having ridiculous first. He's
I
first.
don't know.
First.
I want to see them. I mean, you know what? And I'm lying. I don't want to see a team that we're just gonna go to the finals and waltz all over, because that's not.
No, I want to win. I want to win and win.
I
You know
do
what I
want to win, but I do like the compelling story that goes with back and forth basketball, with close games, with the finals that you don't know who's gonna win, and I like those finals so much more. Even if my team doesn't come out on top, it's just better story. It's better television. It's more
It's
compelling.
better, but it's better basketball.
It is better basketball.
It's better
It's more
basketball.
entertaining, man. It's more entertaining. It's an entertainment league, right? It's what it's there to do, is to entertain and stuff like that. And as much as I love basketball, I don't love basketball enough to love boring basketball, right? Like I
No,
like
I feel you.
basketball. That's the type of basketball that I like. I like hype basketball, athletic basketball, fast, physical as well. So, you know, I can see the Suns making it. I really can. I can see the Suns making it, because you can't do anything about that really tall guy, and you can't do anything about that Booker guy. But Steph Curry's the best player left in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, he is. Hands down.
It's Steph,
Hands
and
down.
then
And
it's
Jimmy.
and Jimmy, and then it's Jimmy, who are the driving forces of get the hell out of my way. And then Steph got Clay, and he got Wiggins, and he got Poole. I
Mm-hmm.
don't even want to talk
Guess
about it.
it. But guess who we got right now? We got
Who?
the Sixers and we got Jalen Brown.
Yeah, we
Jalen
are.
Brown been better this series than Jason Tatum.
Jalen Brown's been amazing since the All-Star break. He's had like a game or two here where he didn't have it going, but like he's been really amazing. I get worried sometimes on fast breaks. I don't think that he's passing the ball enough on fast breaks. Like he's like, this is my rock.
Nah.
Y'all get out of my way. It's like it's a 3-on-1. We got 3. He's like, yep.
He's like,
And
yep.
I'm the one. And
And
I'm the one.
And I'm the one.
Yeah, 3-on-1, and I'm the one, bro.
You can't spell score without me.
Yeah, they told me it was a 3-on-1 break, and I told them I know I'm the one.
Look at Ice Trey. I can't stand Trey. I don't care. I'm kind of happy he's gone.
I don't love the man, but he's just. I know that I heard rumors that they might be thinking about trading him. They better trade that whole freaking front office and the ownership group before you trade that guy.
Don't trade him. Don't
you
trade.
better figure out a way to make it a winner around him, man. That dude can ball. He can ball. He can ball. If he by himself, and it technically was him by himself, right? Because who did he have on the floor with him in Game 5? No, it's like
No one.
Nobody. It was all Trey, and then the moonshot that he hit from
And
freaking.
the thing is, you knew it too. Like you
If
knew it
he
was
can
going
do that to one of the best teams in the league, to the second best team in the league based on regular season record, right? If he can do that by himself, you need to put the right pieces around him. You really
for sure.
need to get a taller team around him. I don't know what God, I can't believe we struggled against the Atlanta Hawks that bad.
Right? And it was because they're so trash.
That was awesome of them. That gag was amazing. He drew the Celtics logo and they used it. Like that was
that's okay because they're still trash.
That was so they're still. What'd you say? They're still
trash.
We were friggin' trash
too.
With our defense. We could have been much better. Joe Mazzulla, I'm gonna give you my first criticism. Please play Malcolm Brogdon a lot more.
Oh my God. What
the heck is going on with that?
Right? What are you doing?
Oh, he doesn't miss a shot or make a bad play, and then boom, he gets benched. It's like, what the hell? What was he on for? 15 minutes, he was like 4 of 6. Like, what the hell?
Joe sometimes obviously does dumb shit. We know this now. Okay, I can't be. I'm gonna hate to say as real as possible, but sometimes he don't be thinking. He don't be thinking.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about Joe Mazzulla during this series. He got through his first playoff series.
Do you think he was nervous?
He doesn't look nervous about anything. Joe Mazzulla looks like the type of guy that's been held at gunpoint and been like, "How much money do you need, brother?" No, seriously. How much money do you need, my brother? Do you need a church? I want you to take this pamphlet with this $50, my brother, and I want you to take this pamphlet and come join me at my church. Come join me at my church. And they're like, forget you, bro. I'm just taking the money. And he's like, my brother,
please,
I love and trust you.
I can't. I can't.
And then the guy's like, I don't want it. And he's like, you know what, brother? I understand. I'm just gonna take the pamphlet back. You don't want to. We don't want it. Have a great day, brother. And it just lets him go. And that's just the way it is. That Joe Mazzulla don't look like he's never been nervous or scared about anything in his entire life, bro. So I don't.
You know what? You're right. Because most of his press conferences are the same too, though.
You seen him when they asked him about when like the King and Queen of England pulled up, or like and then you see the royal family was here, and he goes, the royal family was here, and he goes, yes, the royal family, and he goes, Mary, Jesus, and Joseph. And he goes, no, the Duchess and the Duke of England. I think that's what they're called, right? And then he goes, oh, I'm sorry, I'm only familiar with one royal family.
And then that's it.
Deadpan. That's it. That was it. I was like, oh.
I like it. Yo, our tagline is gonna be this forever. The Hawks are trash.
The Hawks
are
trash.
They're trash, but we shouldn't. I'm still mad that we didn't end this game in Game 5.
Sweep. I called for a sweep. I was talking a lot of trash about the sweep, and
I was talking about sweep. I was talking about blowout. Yo,
You
shout
know
out
what?
to
Because
Melissa,
I,
Asia,
yo, shout
Daniel,
out to Melissa.
Jacqueline. Wow,
Oh,
the list. I like seeing the list grow.
the list is always getting bigger.
I
You
like
know
to
what
see
that
the list
means?
grow.
More people are sending us stars. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what stars do for us? They help us get you
Yo,
more and more
what?
content because we are doing this off the strength of our own backs. It helps us expand. It helps us get further. We're content creators, right? We're digital creators, and digital creators generally are making things off of their own money, off of their own back, off of their own pocket, off of their own time for free. So when you guys send us stars, it really puts us in a position to continue growing as much as we possibly can. So continue to send us stars, and I think they let you send us
Please.
gifts and stuff like that. And you could send, I think, like 50 cents worth of stars. Yeah, send 50
Yeah.
cents worth of
Send
stars.
50
That's
cents.
all you got. We want to be able to continue to do this, and your support helps us. These people whose names have been popping up down here have been massive supporters of us, and they've been sending
Thank you.
stars, and we appreciate you because that allows us to continue to do this, man. We love y'all so much for that because it makes this, we could not get any stars and we'd still be doing this. It would still be worthwhile. But if I'm being honest, it makes it 10 times worthwhile when I see the community supporting it.
Appreciate y'all. So we appreciate it. We'll shout you out again. Melissa. Oh, he took the flyer away. Now producer,
Oh,
man.
look at that.
Oh, it's back. It's back. Melissa, Asia, Danielle, Jacqueline, Maggie, Tony,
and Denisha.
Yeah, I need to put the reverb on her name.
Hold on. Denisha.
Yeah, I just like the
Killing
way
it,
it sounded.
girl.
It sounded cool. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, we're in round 2.
Thank God, because
Round
there was a
2.
while there where I was like, we're gonna get bounced out of the playoffs in round 1 as a number 2 seed. God, yeah, man. FOH.
Yeah, shout out to Steve. We're
Shout
doing
out
this
to
little post game
artist, man.
Shout out to my wife. I'll be home tomorrow. I swear. I'm coming home tomorrow. My kids, my family, everyone allows me to do this all the time. To my boy Resto. My boy Resto over there sitting fresh, all my peoples. Y'all know who y'all are. I don't shout y'all out often, but my day ones, y'all know exactly who the hell y'all are.
Shout out Bristol County Castro because that's my brother and I love him. Shout out Damian DePease because that's my brother and I love him. Shout out Ian Morgan because it's the same. Shout out Emilio Torrado, the same. Shout out Mac Da Silva, the same. Shout out Ethan Diaguiar. He been putting me on and letting the brother shine, yo. Shout out the city of New Bedford because y'all been holding me down. You know what to do. I love New Beige and New Beige loves me too. Shout out my wife who's asleep. The kids are asleep. But she's generally watching them. That's why I like post game because I don't got to worry about any of that. Shout them out anyways because she's been holding it down like a champ, man. She the queen of this. Ebony Ocasio, I love you. Nazir and Alaza, I love you too. Shout out my mom, man. My mommy, you watching this because I love you. And look, my mom made it. Shout out King C's. Shout out my boy CJ because we've been out here killing yo. We've been killing y'all. We the number 1 urban Celtics talk show. Period across the board. Yeah, we coming for a lot more, son. We're coming
for everyone's heads. I'm just letting y'all know.
So on your head.
I'm just letting you know. On your head. Yo, wait, before I forget, hold on. Aha Cypher.
That I was gonna plug that in too. Yo, if y'all don't know, and I bet you already do, the Aha Night Ciphers are happening. They're live and they're active. The second Thursday of every month. Second Thursday of every month, 7 to 9. At the Co-Creative in New Bedford, Massachusetts. That's downtown on Union Street. I think it's 137 Union Street, if I'm correct. We are doing a freestyle rap cipher that is open to the public. It's family friendly. We play instrumentals. We got the speakers. We got the microphone. We got the mixer. We make everything sound real beautiful, and we broadcast that beautifully out loud through downtown, just running it live through the air. We freestyle. We keep it clean. We rap, and at the end, the featured performer gets a half-hour set. We have them lined up beforehand, so you know what I'm saying. You ain't coming to be a featured performer. Yeah, you got to talk to me about next year. We lined everybody up this year. Come on through. 7 to 9. Aha Nights. That's second Thursday of every month. Downtown New Bedford, Massachusetts at the Co-Creative 137 Union Street. Come through, freestyle, watch us. If you're a content creator, this is the spot to come get content. Yo, we got the best content for you. We look beautiful. We got the lights up and everything, man.
Yeah, man.
Word.
Yo, we good to go. Celtics, we're telling you, we took this round 2. CJ Resto, we out.
We out, yo. Philadelphia, your fans and your team is
trash. Just trash.
Trid Nash, bro.
See the curtains hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. Little light is shining through the window, lets me know